see. Sorry, I've been busy. Life's happened. There's a lot of things going on lately, so I'm just kind of been out of it, been out of recording. Sorry if I'm acting a little awkward. That's it really. And sorry if I look crazy. I'm in pajamas. I'm chilling on a Sunday. Memorial Day tomorrow. So I'm just gonna show you guys my June TBR. It's a lot of books. I had you guys choose my TBR. So I'm gonna show y'all what ended up being picked. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books. I'm sure that I'm not gonna read all of these. I promise you I'm probably not gonna read all of these. But we're gonna try. So first book is my book club's pick of the month. It is By a Thread by Lucy Score. This will be the first book that I've read by Lucy Score. I have a lot of her books, but this will be the first one that I actually read by her. So I have that one. That's book 1 that I'm going to read for June. Then I have Magnolia Parks. I cannot wait to jump into this world. I've been waiting for so long. I couldn't hold off anymore. So Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings is going to be book 2. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read the synopsis on the back. Magnolia Parks doesn't have a synopsis on the back. It just says how many loves do you get in a lifetime. But By a Thread says, Dominic was staring at me like he couldn't decide whether he loathed me or wanted to French kiss me. Dominic, I got her fired. Okay, so I'd had a bad day and took it out on a bystander in a pizza shop, but there's nothing demure about Allie Morales. She proves that on the first day of her new job, which just happens to be in my office, and I can't fire her because it's my mother, the CEO, who hired her. So maybe her colorful, annoying, inexplicably alluring personality brightens up the magazine's offices that have felt like a prison for the past year. Maybe I like that she argues with me in front of the editorial staff, and maybe my after-hour fantasies are haunted by those brown eyes and that sharp tongue. She's working herself to death at half a dozen dead-end jobs for some secret reason she doesn't feel like sharing with me. And I'm going to fix it all. Don't accuse me of caring. She's nothing more than a puzzle to be solved. If I can get her to quit working here, I can finally peel away all those layers, then I can forget all about the dancing, beer-slinging brunette, Allie. Ha! Hold my beard, charming. Next book is Fair Catch by Candy Steiner. This is the first book in the series. What is the series called again? Why did I just forget? I can't remember. Oh my god, my skin looks so bad, y'all. Also fell asleep with my makeup on the other night, so that's probably why it looks so bad. I'm so very sorry, but it says, as if things aren't already tough enough, as the only girl on a college football team, coach had to go and assign Zeke Collin as my roommate. A cocky kick returner and my brother's best friend who should have been ripped of that title years ago. He's infuriating as he is undeniably sexy. I hate him, and for a good reason I won't ever let him forget. He thinks because we grew up together that it's his role to protect me, but all he does is get in my way, make me look weak, and piss me off more. I tell him I can handle myself, and I'm hell-bent on getting that point across to him and the rest of the nation watching the only girl on collegiate football. The pressure doesn't get to me, the scrutiny I'm ready for, but sharing very thin walls with Zeke Collins, I wasn't prepared for that. So funny. Next book is Off the Deep End by Lucinda Berry. This is a thriller, and it says survivor's guilt or a guilty survivor. Therapist turned stay-at-home mom Jules Hart's idyllic suburban life shatters when she crashes her car into an icy lake. Her son and another teenage boy plunge into the water with her, but Jules can only manage to save one, the wrong one. Hold on, pause there. I could not imagine. I mean, I would try to save the other person, obviously, but I could not imagine having to choose between two people and only being able to save one, and I saved the wrong person. I don't even save my own kid. I don't know what I would do. What would y'all do? Answer in the comments. What would y'all do? Because I don't know. Reeling from the death of her son, Jules spirals into a violent and unstable mental state. 10 months after the accident, she's still trying to reckon with the fact that she rescued Isaac Greer, another woman's child, when Isaac suddenly vanishes. Jules finds herself at the center of a massive police investigation while she harbors her own dangerous secrets. Jules is adamant that she didn't take Isaac, but then who did? Is Isaac the victim of a dangerous killer who's been targeting boys in the Midwest, or is someone else pulling the strings in this deadly game? This sounds good. And how long is it? I'm not sure. Hold on. It's 258 pages. So we'll get to that when we get to it. The next one is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. My friends have been telling me to read this for so long, and I'm so excited. The basis of this is there's 3 brothers whose grandfather owned something similar to Disney World, but it's called Dreamland. And he dies, and in his like $1 billion will or something similar, in his like $1 billion will or whatever, he leaves each of the brothers a task to complete to get their share of Dreamland. And so the first person we meet is Rowan, and Rowan has to add some new rides, basically, I think. Hold on. Yeah, so I think he becomes like the head of rides or whatever, just trying to make Dreamland better, I guess. And he meets Zara, who like really loves her job, but she hates Rowan. And yeah, I'm so excited, and I love that the Disney logo, like the castle logo, is kind of used in here because that's super cute. I need to read it ASAP. Oh, and there's a playlist. Been away for a while now. Got me feeling like a child now. Sorry, every time I see that song, I start singing it. But I can read you guys the back, but I kind of summarized as much as I could. It's basically enemies to lovers. They don't like each other when they meet. But then things take a turn, and obviously she's the love interest. So yeah. So excited to read that. Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I'm not reading this synopsis. I don't really want to read the synopsis of all of these, but for y'all, I might. I don't know. No, I can't. I've done too much talking. I'm gonna need water after this. So this is 396 pages. And yeah, can't wait to read that. Then next is Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. I'm just gonna read like the big part. I'm a Gemini, impulsive, curious, headstrong, a twin, heir to a throne I know nothing about, and it turns out I'm Fae. But of course there's a catch. All I have to do to claim my birthright is prove that I'm the most powerful supernatural in the whole of Solaria. And sure, technically that's true, as I'm the daughter of the Savage King. But the bit they didn't put in the brochure was that every single Fae in this kingdom would claim my throne if they could. My biggest problem is the drool-worthy dragon shifter who has his eyes on my throne. He and his 3 psycho friends are determined to make my time here hell. All I've got to do is survive, but fate might have other ideas. Damn it, why couldn't I have gotten a letter to Hogwarts? See the Harry Potter reference? I know I'm gonna love this. I hope I love this. I've seen a lot of good things about it, so I'm going into it with decent expectations, but I never expect a book to end up how everyone else says. I just make my own opinion on it once I read it. So yeah. But next book, I'm reading 2 Lucy Score books this month, hopefully. This is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and this is the first in the Knock 'Em Out series. It says, bearded bad boy Barbara Knox prefers to live his life the way he takes his coffee, alone. Unless you count his basset hound Waylon, Knox doesn't tolerate drama even when it comes in the form of a stranded runaway bride. Naomi wasn't just running away from her wedding, she's riding to the rescue of her estranged twin to Knock 'Em Out, Virginia, a rough around the edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves her with something unexpected, the niece Naomi didn't know she had. Now she's stuck in town with no car, no job, no plan, and no home, with an 11-year-old going on 30 to take care of. There's a reason Knox doesn't do complications or high maintenance women, especially not the romantic ones. But since Naomi's life is imploded right in front of him, the least he can do is help her out of her jam. And just as soon as she stops getting into new trouble, he can leave her alone and get back to his peaceful, solitary life. At least that's the plan until the trouble turns to real danger. And this book is thick, okay? Miss Lucy Score knows how to write a thick book because all of her books that I have are gigantic. Let's see how many pages this one is. 557. Okay. Wow. Next book is Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. I don't know if I'm supposed to read this yet. I think it's a series. I don't know. But this is my Barnes & Noble special edition cover and everything. It's beautiful. I love this book. It looks great. I'm gonna get, if I like this book, I'm gonna get In the Lives of Puppets next because I already have The House of the Cerulean Sea and I haven't read that one yet. But this says, when a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own funeral, Wallace begins to suspect he might be dead. And when Hugo, the owner of a peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace decides he's definitely dead. But even in death, he's not ready to abandon the life he barely lived. So when Wallace is given 1 week to cross over, he sets about living a lifetime in 7 days. Hilarious, haunting, and kind, Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building at home. Give me 1 second, I have to open the door for these people. Anyways, like I was saying, the next one on my TBR is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. I went into half these books not knowing what I'm reading about, or I just, sometimes I'll read it, sometimes I'll pick a book off the cover, so, yeah, and this was gifted to me, so, this one says, if he had been with me, everything would have been different. I wasn't with Finn on that August night, but I should have been. It was raining, of course, and he and Sylvie were arguing as he drove down the slick road. No one ever says what they were arguing about. Other people think it's not important. They do not know there is another story, the story that lurks between the facts. What they do not know, the cause of the argument is crucial, so let me tell you. This makes a lot of people cry. I've seen a lot of people cry after reading this book. I don't know anything about it, so we're just gonna go into it like that. It's 330 pages. All these books are literally over 100 pages. I mean, over 200 pages, so we'll see how many I get. Next one is Beach Free by Emily Henry. Last year I read People We Meet on Vacation by her, and I didn't like the book. Thought it was stupid. It literally, I think I got halfway through the book and nothing was happening. At least not for me. It was moving too slow. I mean, I love a good slow burn, but when it's dragging and there's no point to the story anymore, that's when it's enough. So I stopped. I didn't even finish reading that one, but I'm gonna give her another try. Someone gifted this to me, so yeah. This one says, Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses broke and bogged down with writer's block. Then one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interviewing surviving members of a backwoods death cult. Everyone will finish a book and no one will fall in love, really. This is Queenie by Candace Carty Williams. cover is beautiful and it's my favorite color, orange. So yeah. Says her boyfriend has asked her to leave their apartment. Her boss doesn't seem to see her. Her Jamaican British family doesn't seem to hear her. Her best friends tried but failed to help her. Queenie is in a spiral as she careens from one questionable decision to another. She finds herself wondering, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Who do you want to be? All of the quandaries today's woman must face in the world, trying to answer them for her. And then the last book on my June TBR is Good Girl, Bad Blood, the second book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I did not, I read the first book. I don't know what month that was last year, but it was like a minute ago. And so, so now I'm trying to finally pick the series back up. And it says, Pip is not a detective anymore. With the help of Robbie Singh, she released a true crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year. Though the podcast went viral, Pip insists that her sleuthing days are behind her. But when someone she knows goes missing and the police won't do anything, Pip has no choice but to investigate. After all, Jamie Reynolds disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6-year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell and Sal Singh. It has to be more than a coincidence. Pip follows a trail of clues, uncovering more of her town's darkest secrets along the way, and this time, everyone is listening. Will she find Jamie before it's too late? You can't tell me that doesn't sound good. So yeah, that's that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.